Welcome to the Wormhole, where keeping it real is expected. There are a couple million podcasts you could be tuned into, but you chose to take this journey with us, and for that, we thank you. Without further ado, the Wormhole with Tim and Troy.
But yeah, that school shooting shit crazy, man.
Yeah.
I never understood it. Really, though, it's kind of an awakening, but really it ain't no awakening, because I think the awakening was Columbine. That showed you not to fuck with people.
Absolutely.
Because them boys had a list. Even though they did take out, people that didn't have nothing to do with it, but they was looking for people, certain people. And I seen one video where a motherfucker did a school shooting, and the motherfucker, he was loading that bitch, had that bitch loaded in the car, and the dude just came walking around the corner. He said, "Hey, man, you need to leave." I said, "Because that motherfucker ain't had a problem with it." He said, "Okay." He just left. That motherfucker left. Like, he was walking past people looking for motherfuckers. I was like, that's fucking crazy. He was hunting.
Damn. I hate that it's violence. I hate that it's violence. Today, we're welcoming a very special guest. He goes by the moniker Fleet. Welcome to the Wormhole. Let's get to it. So we were talking about something the other day, and we were talking about the slave master maybe not being the bad guy after all.
Add a little context to that. That's a heck of a soundbite.
Okay.
In a particular situation, in a particular context, not the bad guy. So he's bad. He was the bad guy.
Okay. So explain to me what we were discussing the other day. Please enlighten the people.
Well, I think the topic of what we were talking about was about women and their attraction to power.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
In any environment, any situation, any continent, in any setup. And we talked about the situation on the plantation not being an exception.
I like it. So from what I can remember, we were saying that a woman's attraction to power, once that slave master comes out, maybe he's not really inflicting as much harm as they portrayed him to do so. When he came out and he emasculated the big man, it's like I'm all over the place.
Calm down, nigga.
Mm-hmm. Calm my motherfucking ass down.
And this issue here is hella touchy.
No, it ain't that hard.
Yeah.
It ain't that hard at all, man.
Ain't that hard at all.
No, I mean, shit, it's the truth. I mean, they love power. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, buts about it. Just like it was back then, it is today. Women love power. You'll put up with, a motherfucker shit, what I'm saying, who was less than, but a motherfucker show you some cash and show you that they got money and power. And really, you think they got respect, but he just ruling out of fear. That's it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what kills him. It's like, okay, so man, that man got it all, and really he ain't got shit, because he ain't but just really one nap away from just getting killed. But he didn't instill so much fear. That's why he got respect, because people scared of it. And you don't never want to be feared. You also want to be respected. If the motherfucker scared of your kid. So shit. But yeah, they fall in love with the power, because then once they know they up there with the power, that mean you motherfuckers can't fuck with me no more. Because whatever he say, go, and I'm up under that motherfucker right now.
So why
until he through with you, and now you back with us, and then your ass is mine.
Now but then you stuck in a fucking between a rock and a hard place, because your old people don't want you no more. It's like the goddamn bird. Once you get out and get that smell, they don't want you in the nest no more.
Right. Yeah, you cast out. You really cast out, but you cast out with so much to really you ain't no good to nobody. So now you got to go find you a new tribe that don't know your motherfucking ass. A lot of bitches nowadays who will sit there and be an ain't shit bitch in one city, but she go to the next city and be queen bee.
But that's what 2021 can do for you. You can
go what it do for you.
Anything. You can fail 1,000 times, nigga. It is somebody out there on that 1,001 try you can fucking fit in.
Yeah. I don't even think that's a 2021 thing, man. Because shit, before all they needed was $200 for a Greyhound ticket.
Bet that up.
And that's true.
You're right about that.
But look how much easier it is. Like, you can sit in your bed while crying, just been cast out of a group, and you can Google some shit. You can get on your social media and find something before you get that ticket. Like, you can have options, and you can join from your bedroom. You don't have to get on a Greyhound no more.
Yeah, you can do that shit sitting up on the goddamn bridge.
Yeah, on the fucking bridge. These homeless motherfuckers.
Yeah.
These seemingly homeless people all have cell phones.
You never know they homeless.
You never know it. Because, man, I could be fucking with a bitch on the phone. That bitch homeless in a motherfucker. She living from pillar to goddamn post. That bitch is short right here in Louisiana, nigga. All she gotta do is go to the goddamn Salvation Army, put a fit together, and anybody can do that. Small-minded motherfuckers do that shit. And she'll show up at my doorstep looking like, I'm like, man, I'm lucky, nigga. This bitch right here got her shit together. I don't know a motherfucking thing. This bitch ain't got shit. I don't know that.
But then again, does that really matter in this world we live in where it's a man's, men have been bestowed this responsibility to take care and provide for women in the first place. So as long as that woman checks the boxes at the top of the list, which with most men doesn't really require having shit. If she can check those boxes of being able to follow instructions, cook some shit, you know what I'm saying? Them things, does it really matter if she ain't got shit anyway?
But are those boxes even on women's applications anymore? Women ain't trying to hear that bullshit.
He just said that. Niggas don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Long as she look good when you clean her up,
yeah,
boom.
And she can cook you a meal and she ain't all in the next nigga's face, I don't think men really matter if she ain't got shit. She can actually come out and tell the truth that she's homeless.
Yep.
Because that truth that she's homeless is going to come with a story that's not her fault. You know what I'm saying? A story that has nothing to do with anything that she did.
Man, that's when she started pulling on them heartstrings.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because me and you talked the other day how fast a woman can skip social classes on your ass. If you take her in, and was crazy because we talked about this on the other episode. When she comes to your door, she knocks on it, feeds you the store, you invite her in, have a meal, have a drink. And this, you thinking to yourself, man, this could be my bitch because she sees this shit from where she is. If she goes jogging a week from then and some niggas see her doing so much better than you financially, she can literally leave all the shit that she's accumulated at your crib, jump in her shit. And if he could provide her a better life, she could move up instantly. It don't take no time. It's not like waiting on a fucking gun to clear. She's instantly a new woman over you.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about. Yeah, a woman can do that. A man can, but it's so hard for a man to do that. Because, when we were talking about motherfuckers having trophy wives and trophy dudes and shit like that. When them motherfuckers is through with you, they through with you. And you're going to try to bounce to the next bitch, the old bitch like that, she already know what you up to. She through with it. But niggas ain't like that. A nigga will sit there and know that this bitch done clearly fucked 15 niggas that I know and still house that motherfucker.
He will, because the man just want to bitch around.
Damn, hold on. 15 dudes that he know?
Hell yeah.
Hell of a dude.
Shit, it happens daily.
So what percentage of dudes would we say that guy falls in?
Okay, I'll take my number down. I'll say 5 niggas that you know. Oh yeah, every nigga has done it.
Now, was she in a relationship with these dudes? How did these dudes come up on it? How did these dudes come to conquer the cat?
Hey man, it could have been a drunk night. It could have been just partying, whatever. You know 5 niggas that done fuck this bitch. You know 5 niggas.
I have a question too. So, are we talking specifics when you say the bitch that nigga fucking with? That nigga knows 5 niggas, like he literally knows them, or he knows of 5 niggas?
That's a good one.
Okay. All right.
Because everybody who fucking with anybody, with the exception of 1 or 2 guys I know, we won't say no names, have been with their old lady since fucking God knows when, since they were fucking kids. Most people, old ladies, have been with a few people. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Like,
everybody got to
that's just time.
And then the specifics of them dealing with each other does matter.
Yeah.
Because if you know 10 dudes that caught her on 10 nights at the club and smashed the same night versus a handful of dudes who was in relationships with and she was having sex with them assumingly exclusively, that's a different situation.
10 times, this is a goddamn trail of shit somewhere. I can smell it. I smell that trail. Bitch, you know, if you done had 10 times where you done came and cried to my some, oh my God, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna follow that trail of shit and be like, this is where you started at right here. Stop bullshitting me.
Because the time frame matters too, the period we talking about. Because I grew up in the player era.
Yeah.
It wasn't the man's responsibility to keep it real. It was what kind of lie can you come up with to get the pussy How long can you keep these lies going to keep the pussy? You kind of got to look at it like, is it really on her? If she was meeting dudes and dudes is spitting game to get it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's on her. What the fuck? I mean, that's her pussy. Who can tell me?
But I'm talking about if dudes stepping to her saying like they do today and saying, "Hey, I don't want no relationship. I just want pussy." It's different from dudes back in the day stepping and saying, "Hey, I want to be this and that for you and this and that," but really they still want the pussy. And then they fuck her and then they get her out of here. And now she's back on the market. You know what I'm saying? That's a different situation.
First things first. Niggas now and niggas back then got the same goddamn shit they trying to accomplish. Like you said, they just doing it different ways.
But they going, yes, they doing it. So it's a lot bolder, and the girls have a lot less expectations. When I was going to school, most girls, you had to at least act like you was gonna be their boyfriend.
Yeah, you did.
To get the pussy. You know what I'm saying? You had to, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Is it on her if a dude came to her and act like he wanted to be in a relationship with her, when in reality he really had no plans to be in a relationship? He's just telling her what he thinks she needs to hear for her to let her guard down and give him something.
Real quick, I'm gonna say one thing and give it to Tim. One time is a mistake. Tim just touched on this earlier today. One time, you get away with it by yourself. If it's two people out there, it's a 50-50 shot. Two times, I might can understand you might have made that mistake twice. When you start doing 3 and 4 and anything above 3 and 4, it's a trail of shit. Like you're making decisions in some form or fashion. Either you're mentally ill and you can't decipher truth, you can't decipher reality from fantasy, or you enjoying what you're doing. There is no other.
So then how do we got to take back our awards at the Players Ball? Are we giving niggas awards for being hell of a players? Or are we just giving these women awards for being dumb?
Well, shit, being a player is fucking, actually, we embrace that shit and we talked about embracing
or whatever.
And we embrace being criminals. We embrace all that shit. But actually being a player is stupid because as soon as you have a fucking child, especially daughters, even if you have a son and you're a sensible guy, you don't want your son to be a quote unquote player. So all that shit was dumb in the first place. So,
yeah, but I'm saying, who gets
hold on. The awards, they can keep the awards because they were being players. They were getting women to do what they want to do by feeding them whatever line of shit they fed them. But those women cannot continuously allow that shit to happen 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
No, man. I mean, it should be on that woman to know, like, everybody got, like the old folks say, you got to have the good sense God gave an ant, and an ant is an ant. You a thinking person. When you see shit and you do shit, when it don't feel right, when it feel right, you're going to do what you want to do. And as far as them keeping on doing the shit, every woman wants to be the top bitch to shine on another motherfucker.
True.
They'll put up with whatever just to be that top motherfucker. A bitch can know, you talking about Mac of the Year, Player of the Year. The reason them hoes stay around, because that nigga is the top dog. So he gonna have them motherfuckers around because they all in competition to be the top hoe. So when you got bitches that just going out there and they just giving they all 10 toes down, hell yeah, because they want to see daddy shine. Because the more daddy shine, the more I shine.
Yeah.
That means certain people can't talk to me. But y'all go ahead.
All the movies we've ever seen, women putting up with a gang of shit because they want to be around. The nigga with the change he usually puts his bitch through the fucking ringer.
And I don't feel sorry for him. I want this status so bad. So whatever the fuck I give you, why not? Why not pull stunts?
But who does that make you though? But what does that make a person? You always say, Tim, I'm gonna bring you back to your shit. You always say we don't prey on the weak. Would that not be preying on the weak? It's
definitely preying on the weak. And then what I was gonna ask are we blaming victims across the board? If somebody gets scammed by a damn good scammer, are we saying there's no liability on the scammer?
How many times you getting scammed though?
Okay, so let's look at Bernie Madoff. Certain people that are prime candidates for getting scammed.
They prime candidates, but at the same time, they don't live by what's been said for 1,000,000 years since time immemorial. If it sounds too good to be true, it ain't true.
It's fucking not true.
It's not fucking true.
So you got some master manipulators. You got some cold folks.
You ain't cold enough to fuck with my paper.
What I think that you're alluding to is Bernie Madoff's. His example is different because Bernie Madoff did a lot of research and he hit a lot of different people. He hit hundreds and hundreds of different people for the first time. I'm talking about the victims that experienced the same trauma multiple times from that same person.
Then that's on them.
Then we're talking about
I was actually talking about women who come across different dudes with slick tongues.
Well, no, but see,
who don't mind telling a bold-faced lie to get what they need, and then when they get caught and it turns out that they ain't who they are, they're like, okay, cool, fuck it, because all I wanted was one thing anyway.
That's awesome. But when this same woman run across 10 different slick niggas, at some point, she has to not give a fuck about no story. She just does not want to get fucked by another penis. At some fucking point, you need to just be like, it don't matter what the next story is. Bernie Madoff hit multiple different people for the first time. So all of them got screwed once, 1 or 2 big times. And he kind of groomed them.
You're wrong, Troy.
Come on with it.
Because I'm going to tell you something. Don't nobody do shit as far as bitches and the money shit. You just got to show them a few wins. Like, this is what I'm capable of. This is what I can do. As far as Bernie Madoff, you see the kind of money these people done made off of me. And they people will tell, oh, fucking with Bernie, I got this kind of money. With a woman, man, fucking with this nigga, man. Oh, my God, my life changed. You show them enough wins, and then you fuck around and hit them with the boom, like drop the bomb, they going to still just sit there and chill. So they going to bring motherfuckers in. They going to thank you. They going to go.
Because we don't know that these people that Bernie Madoff hit, it was their first time getting hit. They probably it's chance they probably done been hit before. They probably never got hit that hard. You know what I mean? Bernie Madoff say, fuck it. Bernie Madoff say, fuck it, I'm gonna take everything you got. I ain't gonna leave you with shit.
That's right.
The next man might have just took a little something. Like, damn, I ain't that cold. You know what I'm saying? I still want the person to like me a little bit after this shit. Bernie Madoff say, I don't give a fuck.
So but he showed them people enough returns. He showed enough returns for people to be like, okay, cool. He fuck it. Okay, I lost 100,000, but then when that nigga bounced back, I got $500,000. I'm gonna stick around.
So is it possible that there's a pool of people out there that everybody knows? Because think about this: in high school, every nigga shared the story, so you all knew who to approach. It was always a few girls that was getting ran by everybody, and it was always like, "Hey, bro, all you gotta do is say this, do this, and she'll go." So is it possible that all those people, Bernie Madoff and everybody like that was hitting them prior to him, do you think they pulled them up into like a cold call list and just shared that shit?
No, absolutely not.
What happened?
That motherfucker, shit, what they did was like, shit, word of mouth. And then he probably weeded out. The motherfuckers be like, okay, these motherfuckers hanging on my every fucking word. Now, some people was like, okay, I made some money with him, but I'm through fucking with it. So really, all I did was break even. So fuck it, I ain't. But these motherfuckers like, well, shit, that motherfucker, he did get 500,000 one time.
I want to know about these.
I'm taking my
victims.
Chance.
What about these serial victims?
Because they like compulsive gamblers. You got that kind of money to put up, and you be like, shit, you expecting a return? Know the best, but expect the worst. You know, we always say that shit, right?
So is that what?
So, you know, and then you have to look at the nature of the engagement that they had, which is a lot like the nature of dealing with people in relationships. It ain't no guarantees. And that's what every person gonna tell you. Every financial person gonna tell you that, just like everybody who a female decides to give some sex to. It's no guarantee. You hoping for the best. You hoping that this dude gonna be around, because and the woman, she's seeing the whole future. She meeting you and she's seeing 20 years down the line. She hoping you say who you are.
But you know what a nigga thinking?
And that you gonna call her tomorrow, but she don't know.
A nigga ain't thinking about 3 hours from now.
Yeah, of course. And see, my point about the victims, though, this is my thing about this shit, and I get what you're saying. But at what point is there not another story that you can hear, because you fucking going through the same shit? You keep saying there's no guarantee.
But history don't repeat itself. It rhymes. It don't repeat itself. So it ain't the same. It ain't the same. Niggas ain't coming with identical game. It's always a little bit different, which is what makes it intriguing to.
But I understand that. I understand that. But see, something like money flows through your hand. You get attached to money, but there's no $1 bill that you have that you can't let go of. With a woman, sex is so concrete. What I don't understand is, why aren't these serial victims? And I don't care what the game is at that point. Yeah, Bernie Madoff, and then I can come, and then you come, and somebody else come, and it's all kind of different scams, and send me $10 from the, all this bullshit happens. I don't fall for none of that shit. But what I'm saying is about these women that's getting all these guys, and they don't understand why. They piling them numbers. when is no game going to be anything? Like, it's like no game you can run. I don't get that point.
I think because a small part of it is animalistic and instinctual. So you're telling her to run from something that her body naturally wants.
And she really wants it. That's what I'm getting to. Like, these victims
she
really want this shit.
Yes, what not necessarily wants everything that comes with it. It's like the rat with the cheese. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get their head snapped in the fucking mousetrap.
But no.
But that
analogy don't fly. That analogy don't fly because that rat has never gotten his neck stuck in that thing. He don't know what that is. His first time getting stuck is his last time getting stuck.
Okay, so we'll look at it like this: what's happening to these girls when these dudes dip out on them ain't necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's a disappointing thing, but it's something that you kind of get over with and you keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say a dude fucking a girl, lying to her, getting the pussy and going about his business. That probably wouldn't be an equivalent of your neck getting snapped in the fucking mousetrap, because there's no coming back from that. So it's just a major disappointment. You know what I'm saying? But you live to go another day and find another person to spend the rest of your life with. Because that's the way that most girls are raised. You know what I'm saying? Is that you go out and you find you a guy that you like and you go and you procreate. So they never give up. They ain't gonna give up on it.
And that's fine. I don't expect them to give up. But is dating transforming into fucking? Because it's not the same thing. When is the pussy important? Because we talk about this thing, this flower down between their legs that's so important, but how do you use it like a fucking test subject? You know what's about to happen and you continuously letting somebody because that's a permanent fuck. Once you fuck, you can't erase it.
I think most girls in their 20s and in 30s, I want to put an age on it, but I think that most girls are on a quest to find that one person that they could have sex with. I think the majority of girls don't really want to have 10 dudes that they juggling having sex with. I think most girls who are sexually active, they really just trying to find one nigga that gives them amazing sex that they can have raw sex with. That's what they want.
But because your dick is your resume, that's it. Your dick is your resume. So yeah, they gonna give you that first time to fuck. And sometimes your mouth can you can talk yourself out some pussy. But if you get to the point of smashing and you go ahead and you fuck that bitch the way she want to be fucked, your dick is your resume. That bitch will put her with a ain't shit nigga because she know, like, I really need to get this off. I don't like that nigga attitude, but fuck it. And that nigga
because what's worse to her is having to be back out on the market, having to meet new niggas, having first times and not knowing if the sex gonna be good, right, and all of that. So to answer what you were saying, Troy, the reason why she tries again is because what she's trying to find is one nigga to have sex with.
Your dick is your resume.
She just want one nigga, but that one nigga is telling her that, hey, I'm looking for one person to have sex with too. And that's the key to unlock the door. Okay, cool. Well, that means we're on the same page. Well, let's have sex. And then she finds out that nigga was lying. You know what I'm saying? He fucking this one, that one, this one, that one. Okay, cool. Now she just goes back on her journey of trying to find the one nigga that she can have sex with. And then I think at a certain point when she done been fucked over all of these times and all these niggas have lied and said, hey, you're the only person I'm fucking, then I think at a certain point they say, you know what, the hell with it. I'm gonna be a nigga too. But nobody, because nobody's gonna fuck me exclusively. So why should I even be looking for a one person to have sex exclusively with? I'm gonna just go out and do what the fuck everybody else is doing.
But you know what though? So now, like Troy was saying, that motherfucking delicate flower, it's a motherfucking weed now. Yeah. All this goddamn figuring shit out. Fuck, you can't sit there and hold out the pussy. You can give it to a million niggas.
Yeah, I'm not tripping on the process.
But the thing is, she could become born again at any point.
Yeah, born at any point.
After she done went through a summer of in her mind, into a new nigga she came.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? After a summer of getting ran through, which what she thought she wanted, she didn't realize that her emotions are still getting involved. So now she's like, you know what? It was fun, but that shit fucked me up emotionally. I think I want to get me one nigga again because this shit is not cool. And she going through that whole thing of waking up the next morning, not knowing if you caught a STD and all of that shit. So she's like, I want to find me one nigga I can fuck. That's the whole goal, is to find me one nigga I can fuck.
And that's the problem I have with it.
But the one nigga got 100 hoes.
But see, listen,
and they
that's the
hoping to
problem I
find
have
the
with
one
it.
nigga that only wants to fuck them.
That reborn again shit is the problem I have with it, because if you're going to go out there and do it, I think the person you meet deserves to know multiple things. They deserve to know if you are possibly bisexual. They deserve to know if you're going to fuck 50, 60, 70 people. I think people deserve to know this shit, because up front, let's go ahead and make all this shit known. And the point I was going to make is this.
Who tells the truth in the job interview?
And see, that's my point. And then the people that's hiring you, who's expecting the truth, and why am I expecting you to be? That's what I'm saying. We all fool each other every day, and we act like we don't want to be sold to. We all want to be sold. But this the point I was going to make earlier, though. I ain't tripping about the process. But I worked at a couple of car lots. I gave that shit a shot, thought I wanted to do it. And the smart car lot I worked at would let you test drive another car. So the car that you actually wanted didn't have that many miles on it. I'm not tripping on the process, but when you going out there test driving the main car, by the time somebody want to buy it, they're gonna be like, yeah, I don't want this car. It's got 90,000 miles on it. So it's 90,000 miles on these pussies, and they want you to treat it like it's got the plastic on the seat still. Is that okay? Yeah. Or is that supposed to be how things supposed to go?
Supposed to go? Probably not. But is it what it is, what it is? That's why I say go young. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the market, you're on the market, your best bet is to try to get a new model car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I would say.
I would say, hell no.
Tim say them young hoes nasty.
Man, them young hoes nasty, but they bring problems.
Yeah.
They bring problems because they ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't saying just fuck with a big old nasty bitch. I ain't saying that. But nigga, you find you a old stallion that still got it, that bitch got shit to lose.
I'm saying, but yeah, but you got, but I'm talking about if you trying to avoid miles. That's what we was the conversation.
Fuck the miles. Fuck the miles.
No. Troy was talking about the miles.
And I'm talking about the miles.
Troy was talking about the miles. He's talking about the girl trying to turn back the odometer.
Yeah, you know I'm talking about the miles in retrospect of the woman, not the man, because most men don't, like y'all say, they'll take a motherfucking homeless bitch. You know she got mileage because she done got homeless for making bad decisions. So niggas don't really care about the mileage a lot, but the women do because they lie about it. So if they're going to be lying about it, they need to find a new process.
So if you just have to already bank on that. If you looking at a 40-year-old car, the miles is not accurate. That's on that odometer. And yeah, we can say whatever we want to say about the dealer should be honest about the Carfax and all. It is a fact that they is not going to tell you the whole Carfax. You already know. So if the miles if you care about the miles, you better try to just get you a new car. That new car might be a Charger, and niggas probably might have rolled the fuck out of it, but guess what? It only been on the road 2-3 years, so there's only so much riding they could have been doing.
But them 2-3 years might have been formidable years. Them might have been some years that changed the whole way that transmission run everything. Speaking like a bitch, straight up.
But you know what? That is true. That is true.
You fuck with a bitch and she might have been roll hard, put away wet for like 3 years. You get the bitch thinking she's something. Shit, true colors gonna shine.
That's true.
Zebra can't change the stripes, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, the bitch gonna show who she is. Just like a car gonna show you exactly what it is. If it's made for, it's made for. If it ain't, it ain't. They be like, oh, this motherfucker just had one on. She like, oh, I done fuck one nigga, but this nigga took you all kind of change. It might not need be your ass, it might be your head.
Right, wow, you're right.
So your head fucked up some shit. You know what I'm saying? I much rather put up with some funky ass pussy than a fucked up head. Because a fucked up head, you fuck around getting some real serious trouble and go to jail find a fucked up head. But some fucked up pussy, true. I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? You can loop that bitch up, do what you gotta do. Yeah. You can wade through them waters. But man, that fucked up head is bullshit. So that transmission shot.
Yeah, but do you want to be with the girl that's had 100 dicks and she's comparing your dick to 100 dicks?
Nigga, your dick is being compared to another nigga dick. The bitch done fuck. I'm gonna tell you something. The first time a bitch done fuck that second nigga, she's a hoe. If you want to go by biblical standards, nigga, she's a hoe. So take the white dress off, bitch. There is no way in hell. Go back to the question because I went off on a rant because I was ready to roll.
Come on with it, hell.
What was the question, brother?
Oh shit.
100 dicks.
100 dicks.
Oh yeah, 100 dicks. There you go.
100 dicks. So shit. This what you talking about. You said you always been measured.
Like being measured different ways by 100 dicks.
Right. And being measured by another man. That's what I was getting to. When a motherfucker sit there and tell you, I don't give a fuck who you fucking, unless you know the bitch is a virgin. If you the second nigga she fucked, she comparing you to that nigga. It don't matter how many dicks she done fucked. If you the second nigga, you being compared. You're being compared. There is no such thing.
I don't think men compare women from woman to woman.
Absolutely fucking not.
We just kind of delete the last time.
No. That's only, you remember the special ones that did some amazing shit.
I dig it.
No,
I dig it.
Yeah, remembering and comparing is two different things. You do data bank that special shit. But I'm talking about a woman, like Tim was saying, women will literally compare it because a dick size is a dick size. I told Tim, I'm arguing that a pussy just a pussy. Some are better, some smell better, some whatever. But for the most part, it's just a hole. A dick has so many different shapes, and you have to actually move yourself with your penis, so you're easily more compared to other men. So you always being compared.
Boom.
Well, I think we just use the pussy and the dick. I think we use pussy just as like a catch-all, but it's really about the person. And I would say I think it's the same way with the woman too when it comes to dick. It ain't. It's the person and how freaky that person is. You know what I mean? How freaky that person is when you get them in that bedroom. Because you got niggas with big ass dicks that's closed-minded like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And won't take her to that place. You know what I mean? Of pure nastiness. So that's what she's gonna remember. She ain't gonna remember necessarily the nigga with the biggest dick. It's gonna be the nigga that was able to let her be her nasty. You know what I'm saying? Nasty, filthy, pure self.
It's all in the way you make them feel.
But there's
the way you make them feel.
There's not an ultimate one thing though. Like that nigga with that size, he gonna be in a whole nother category because them girls get together and they talk about different shit. Who fucked you?
Yeah, but they do talk about. Hey man, I want to redact my statement because he's so right. It's all in how you make them feel. Because man, it's bitches I done been around. I ain't never touched them in my life, but them motherfuckers can't leave me alone. They just like the way I make them feel. Just talking to them.
That's what it boils down to.
It is something. Yeah, because women are emotional creatures, right? That's the saying. So yeah, they're emotional creatures. So if you make them feel good, then fuck it. Because even when they going through tough times and shit, they want to fuck with the motherfucker that make them feel good. It ain't gotta be.
They might have had that one nigga that used to choke the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? That nigga stands out of her mind because the average nigga that she meet, and I'm talking about the nigga that choked the shit out of without her asking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Because the average nigga she meet ain't gonna necessarily do that. So she started thinking about the memorable experience that took her to the edge and showed her some shit that she never seen before, and she hadn't seen that shit since then. That's what's gonna stand out. So, and I think for women, it's the same shit. You got that. You remember that girl that did some shit that all the girls do, but she took that shit to a whole nother level.
Yeah, but you know what? It's all about how you treat a woman and all that shit. How many times have we seen by way of movies, and I don't gonna say real life because I don't really know about a nigga relationship like that, but by way of the movies where that nigga treating that bitch right, but she can't leave that nigga who knocking her face off.
Nigga,
she can't leave him.
Daily life, and he a bum.
He might live on. He might be a sofa.
I think when I heard the brother say, it's the way you treat them, my mind didn't necessarily go to the nigga treating them the best. My mind didn't go to that because I feel like women want a healthy balance of all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They need a balance of all that shit. So the nigga that how you treat them, they want a little bit of everything. They want a little bit of variation. They want some happiness. They want a little bit of fear. They want every emotion that's on the board. They want a little bit of that shit at different times.
Who don't want a little bit of everything? Fuck that.
Most men ain't gonna give them. They're gonna try their best to not give them all them emotions.
Well, see, it's usually one way or the other because the nigga walking around here is like a bitch walking around here with naturally big titties and a fat ass and shit. She's probably not gonna be a nice woman. She's probably not gonna be cordial. She won't say thank you when you open the door for it. And a nigga walking around here with a big ass dick between his legs probably ain't gonna be no nice nigga. He's not gonna be emotionally sound. So all I'm saying is these bitches. I know bitches want the buffet nigga. They want the buffet nigga, but they not gonna get it because they're gonna have to start settling on the nigga that's gonna treat them worth something. I don't know. Maybe that's coming from a nigga with a slightly above average penis, and I ain't got no big ass dick. So I'm a good nigga. I'm a real nice nigga. You know, I do shit. So I guess I'm sick of bitches hollering about they got the wrong nigga and crying about it because you know that nigga with that big dick is wanting to show other bitches that he has a big dick. It's not yours. He's not even written that motherfucker. That nigga, he has the Uber dick.
Oh boy, he's
stop
crazy,
it.
Motherfucker.
I want these hoes to stop it.
Hey man. Oh goddamn. Well, that's fucking hilarious. Man, I mean, what are you gonna do?
We all want everything.
Everybody want everything. You know, that's why I applaud the people who say I got enough.
The reason I don't feel that bad for the serial victim is because everybody wants everything to be perfect, but the serial victim wants me to believe that they always believe everything's about to be perfect with every situation. I refuse to believe it, and I call bullshit on the serial victim. I guess we just went through all that for me to get to my verdict. The serial victim does not get my support.
I don't think the serial victim should get your support because, I mean, sometimes people just like to be took.
Yeah.
Some people get a high out of that shit. Just like motherfuckers pay money for a motherfucker to tie them up and drip hot wax on them and shit. Yeah. Some people like to be took.
And I'm going to tell you something
what they get a kick out of.
That makes it hard for me, and that makes it hard for you two guys that make the right decisions every day to give the serial victim a pass because that person keeps allowing people to get over on them because they want this perfect situation. It's time for somebody to slap them in the face and tell them ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing as dinner. You eat when you can.
The fuck?
I think with that predator, what he has going for him is that he knows somebody wants something. You know what I'm saying? It's like pastor. The pastor never gonna run out. He's never gonna run out of victims. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people lined up. The Bible he's telling.
Ooh.
And it's intangible. It's intangible. It never runs out.
They're telling him what they want him to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Please tell me. Please give me some hope. I ain't got no hope. Boy. Please give me some. Okay, all right, well, shit. Let me think of some shit. All right.
Boy, y'all cousins for real. Y'all cousins for real. Y'all are cousins for real.
Yeah, boy, you just said people line up to ask him to sell. Like they don't even know what they want from it.
They're going to the pastor telling him to tell them what to tell them.
Damn.
Mm.
And he's giving them.
Please sell. Please sell.
You cutting out.
Nigga must have got excited, start moving around.
Yeah. This shit here, he hitting that shit, boy. God
yeah,
damn.
He going ham, man. Y'all cousins for real, dog. Y'all cousins for real.
Listen,
that nigga said this shit. I said, ooh wee.
I think it's very similar with women. You know what I'm saying? When you meet a woman's gonna tell you everything she's looking for in a man. So all you gotta do is just say, yeah, I'm all that shit and some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really? Are you lying to me? No, I'm not lying to you.
Yeah, you're lying the whole
time.
Well,
here you go. Pull it down the panties.
There you go. But you know what? I'm of the mindset of I know it might not be right. It's probably wrong. But shit, I like to stretch the truth. Stretch the truth.
Come on with it.
You know, like shit, you gonna ask me some shit, I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna be honest, but it's very thin. You gotta read between them lines like a motherfucker. But I done told you the truth.
It's called resumeing.
Hey, I did it all.
You stretch the truth a little bit. You make your job a couple more years and you and shit, you know instead of you was always something a little bit, the words are different on the resume.
Yeah, man, because I mean, you don't call yourself a goddamn cashier. You call it an administrator.
An administrator.
You know, you don't
call and then most people, what a person that stresses the truth has going for them is the fact that most people are uncomfortable asking the tough questions. So when you stressing the truth, that woman knows that she really ain't getting the answers that she really wants, but she don't know how to press you. She don't. I think somebody with basic intelligence knows if they ask you a simple question and you spin them, they want to follow it up. But when it's early in a relationship, You don't really wanna rock the boat and ask that person the same question 3 times, because that it turns into, it could kind of spin the conversation. So you kind of just, for the sake of the conversation.
Most motherfuckers gonna test you in the first, like you said, the first couple of months. Oh, you getting tested like a motherfucker. They ain't just trying, let's go smooth. Then I'm gonna wait till I get to month 6 and then just really ask tough questions. No, they'll ask tough questions, in them times when you just getting to meet a motherfucker and you're chilling, you're drinking, and you know what I'm saying? Because bitch might even tell you she don't really drink like that, but she get drunk with you. She don't even smoke like that, but she smoke with you. So yeah, that's when the shit come out. So really, now it's on you, the man or the woman, to remember 6 months down the road when shit happened like that motherfucker said that.
So you feel like the truth comes out at first, and it's in like
the truth come out at first, because when you hanging with a motherfucker and doing what people don't do, when they say I don't really drink or I don't really smoke, you know what I'm saying? That shit come out. Just it's in joking and laughing and watching the movie, but they said what they said. Because when you get in a certain mind state, you're gonna be honest in a motherfucker.
I call bullshit. I don't think the truth comes out at first. I think that when you meet somebody, when they say, "Oh, I don't drink that much," I think that they actually drink more than they're alluding to. Because when you meet somebody, you're saying that they're telling the truth when they say that they don't drink that much. I'm saying that they bullshit.
You ain't gotta worry about the words. Just sit there and look.
Okay.
Yeah, he talking about the action.
Okay,
I think what people fuck up at is they ask too many fucking questions instead of just allowing the person to be themselves. I think the worst thing you can do is tell a person what you're looking for. Because people are naturally opportunists. People are naturally opportunists.
Well put.
So I ain't looking for. So what you looking for? I ain't looking for shit. You know what I'm saying? What do you look for in a woman? I look for a woman to be whatever the fuck she is.
Okay.
Come on
now she don't know how to play you. She don't know who to tell you she is. You know what I'm saying? She don't know what to do.
And that's why I'm not a pimp right there. And that's why I'm not a player. That's why I'm lame as fuck. Because I'm gonna come in there, bitch, and tell you everything, my last birthday and shit. Hey, bro, this is my fucking sign. This one I'm at. Where you at? I want to know everything up front. I want to know if we even need to sit there and be looking at each other, because I don't want to even sit there and wait an hour. I want to know if I need to be going home already.
Man, but sometimes it's a thrill of the hunt.
I'm not a hunter. I'm a hunter. I'm gonna go get my food, but I ain't finna sit out there all motherfucking day. I'm finna figure out a way that I'm finna get my shit in the first 30 minutes. I ain't trying to hunt for 4 fucking hours, man.
Man, but sometimes, man, really sometimes it takes 4 hours to figure a bitch out.
But you know what? That shit excites some people. It don't excite me.
It excites me. Like, I'll sit there and entertain motherfuckers. Like the brother just said, if you let a motherfucker talk long enough, they gonna tell you exactly who they are. That's what I was saying. Like in the beginning, when y'all fucking around and shit, and people are talking, that's it. It ain't the actions or nothing. When you just talking, everybody loose. You're loose. They really just telling you who they are. Cause shit, motherfucker, bitches sit there and tell you like, yeah, I just slip about 10 niggas, and then 6 months down the road, the conversation come, man, I ain't never been with like 2 people. Nigga, bitch, you told me a long time ago.
Right. But if you meet the girl and you tell her that, man, one thing I can't stand is a bitch with a lot of bodies.
You know what I'm talking about?
You'll never get the truth. For me, it's not so much about the thrill. It's about getting to the truth. And I just found that this is the way for me to get to the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you asking a woman about her sexual experiences, if you come straight out and be like, hey man, I want to just let you know that I think, man, anal is some abominable ass shit. She'll never ever in a million years tell you that she did anal. She won't.
She'll never do it.
The longer that list is of the shit that you tell her that you hate, that's the longer the list is of the shit that you would never know about her.
Yeah, you'll never know. You don't never hog the conversation when you're talking to a woman. Don't never hog the conversation. Because really, now get the conversation started, because they just as nervous as you are. It's first time. You get the conversation started, everybody get loose and do what they do, and shit, motherfuckers start giving that y'all start volleyballing the conversation back and forth, they gonna let you know. Just sit back and chill. You know what I'm saying? When she talking, don't over talk her, let her finish. Because shit, just when you think she's through talking, give about a 5 to 10 second pause. Because shit, she might come out and say, and then the last time I fucked that nigga, yeah, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Because they sit there and tell you, I ain't fucked nobody in a couple years, she keep talking shit. A couple years turned out to be last month. I got to do a chill. Don't be impatient. Be patient.
But like I said, I guess everybody different because I don't have that kind of patience with people. When I come in a room, and I will say one thing, I'm not saying it's a superpower or shit, but man, seeing through a motherfucker don't take me. I'm like a motherfucking American Idol judge. I need to hear you sing for I need to hear you sing for 2 or 3 seconds. I don't need to hear you sing the whole song. I don't need to know if you're gonna get to the high note or not. I want to come in there, motherfucker. And if you're very reserved, and it may be because you've had past experiences. Because if I meet you on the day we're supposed to meet, and that day that you're being reserved because you're meeting a new person, we're not gonna make it. You might have been an awesome person, but we're not gonna make it to the second date because I don't like reserved from the jump street.
So you want it done.
And I want it done. And I guess if people be like, oh man, that was an awesome chick, it don't matter to me because she wasn't awesome for me. And if that ain't important, I hate to hear a motherfucker say, it's that woman's wedding. It's the first date. It's supposed to be special for her. Well, when is the fuck it's gonna be special for my body?
Right.
When is it special for me?
Where's my happiness?
I wore a fucking platinum tuxedo in my first fucking marriage.
You did?
It wasn't shiny platinum. It was a nice subtle.
Oh my God.
It was a nice subtle gray. I loved it. It was awesome to me. And my first wife fucking cried and was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm very much so serious." And
so
everybody
would
was
like, you wear it today? Would you wear it today?
Yes, I would. It was a nice. It wasn't like you thinking about like a pimp shiny trophy suit. I would wear it right now if I had it. The cut and everything was perfect. But this is my thing though. Everybody kept telling me this is her day. This is your wife's day. Well, is it not my fucking day too?
Right.
Can I not wear what I want to wear? It didn't clash with the colors, but I wanted to wear that. She got to wear her dress, pick everything else. I'm wearing this fucking tux, and you're gonna marry me or not? I hate, and people will say, I can't believe you making this over a tux. Well, no, she's making it over tux because I'm still standing up here waiting to get married. So if this tuxedo will deter your decision and say, I don't want to get married, well, oh fucking well, we weren't supposed to be married anyways.
Hey.
So that's how I treat goddamn meeting people. I don't want to wait. I want to be bumbly and fumbly at the beginning because I'm not a smooth guy. I'm not smooth. And if you looking for smooth, I'm gonna disappoint you 6 months down the road. I don't want to disappoint you 6 months down the road. I want us to disappoint one another immediately so we can leave. We may even squeeze another date in later. I don't know. Yeah.
It's only so much you're gonna get in that first encounter, trust. It's only so much.
I don't know. That's why I'm not a dater. I'm not a dater at all. I've had a bunch of casual, quick relationships, not relationships, but just encounters with people. And I've primarily been in relationships. Once I met somebody that was compatible at that moment, boom, let's roll. Yeah, let's fucking roll. I don't know if single is my thing. I don't know if that's my real thing or not.
So how does how does that deal happen? You know what I mean? How do you go from, hey, I know you, to, hey, we're in a relationship?
It's not like that. Like me and Crystal dated for a long time, but we jumped into a serious friendship because she was what I was looking for. She was a motherfucking a down motherfucker. And it just, like Kanye say, one good bitch is worth 1,000 bitches. So 1,000 bitches wouldn't did me shit. Flipping through 1,000 bitches to find somebody that was already good. To me, in my opinion, what's the point of that?
Hey, I agree with that, cuz I'm a box checker. I believe fully that nobody's gonna be 100% of what you want. Like nobody's gonna be perfect. I don't expect nobody to be no more perfect than I am.
Yep.
You know, so I'm all about my boxes. Most importantly, the few at the very top. And if those boxes are checked, I'm good.
Yeah. What time you gotta get off here?
I'm actually gonna hop off right now for about 10 minutes. But I'll definitely circle back around if y'all are still on. Or we can catch it, crank up another convo. I'm definitely down for it.
Okay. Yeah. We might do something later and strike up something totally different, or however it happens, because that's just how the shit usually rolls. We just jump in, and wherever we at, we just start from there.
One thing I will say though that I wish I had enough time to expound on is I think I was asking you about how do you go from knowing somebody to being in a relationship. I was going to say that, man, I think the problem is that the negotiation period that always gets skipped.
Yeah,
and I think that's super important in relationships. I think you go, hey, I like you. Now it should turn into the same situation of any type of partnership. Because I feel like no two relationships, no one situation works for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. I think, but we all end up falling into this default arrangement because we want to be together. We fall into this default instead of two people bringing their contract point to the table, saying, "This is what I want. This is what I'm willing to give," and then going back and forth and seeing if a deal could be reached. That don't happen, and I think that's the downfall of most relationships right at the very beginning.
And what you're saying right now, you're taking the whole glamour aspect out of it, the whole fantasy aspect out of it. Because see, the thing people don't do, and I think they should, is come forward. The way you're talking about doing it is the same way I'm talking about doing it, just in a different format. It's upfront. It's checking boxes up front. It's finding out things because people want to pretend like it's all a slip on a banana peel and we just fell in love type deal. That's how people want it to feel.
Just because you sell shirts and I sell shirts don't mean that we ought to be business partners.
Exactly.
It don't work like that.
Yep.
But for some reason in relationships, it don't work like that in any other aspect of life. But for some reason in relationships, expect that to work. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like monogamy, I feel like everybody ain't built to be monogamous.
Yep.
But I think that's the conversation that most people, I think they have the monogamy conversation, but it's not an honest conversation. You know what I mean? It's not, hey, so, hey, do you want to talk to other women? Not necessarily have sex with them. Do you feel that I could be the only female that you have any conversation with in life on the phone? Do you feel that I could be, could you live up to that? You know what I'm saying? And then the person sits there and thinks about it. Then let me just ponder off of that. Let me think about all the women that I know in my life, and let me try to look as far ahead in the future as I can and think if I'll never talk to another female on the phone.
All right, this was good, man. We'll catch back up.
All right, peace.
That concludes this episode of The Wormhole. Join us next time to see what shit goes in the hole and comes out the other side gold.